So we're here in the heart of London near Tower Hill, and we've just heard a panel of very distinguished speakers talking a bit about operational resilience.
The key thing about resilience for me is that it takes it beyond the fairly narrow confines of making sure you're cyber resilient.
What we're working through at the moment is how do you define a customer tolerance that feels okay? Because actually no outage is okay.
At Crowe, we developed a gap analysis tool because we're finding that firms, to really get to grips with this, need to kind of get their arms around the whole thing in the first instance, and that then allows them to focus on what's important for them.
This needs to lift up out of silos and work in a much more collaborative way across the organisation.
A firm's operational risk management capabilities is in the spotlight now like it's never been before.
If you can't prevent operational risk, which is a very fiddly and difficult thing to do, you can ensure that you're in as good a position as possible to be able to respond to the unexpected.
It's not about prevention, it's how do you continue to offer your customer those services during times of disaster and severe events? How do you communicate with your customers during times of severe events?
If you go back to office on Monday, what do you actually do sitting at your laptop to do that? And I think we've sat and discussed the building blocks and the process of, we'll use a big word, the framework for doing that.
So one of the things discussed tonight was around business services, so defining those business services, really mapping them and understanding them. What are the impacts if those services are disrupted?
People are going to have to take that back, digest it, reflect on it, and see what that means for their own business. But I think there was some really lovely insights, particularly from Naomi from Lloyds Banking Group. She did a fantastic job in explaining what they might look like and did it in a really simplified way. If you can address an audience of over 100 people who all want to hear about firms' responses to operational resilience, it speaks for itself, and that's why you're seeing such a great audience. That's why you're seeing the regulator turning up. The regulator doesn't turn up to many events. They understand the importance of the topic. They understand the value of being able to address the banks, the asset managers, the insurers, and clearinghouses of this event that we can bring to the table. But they also understand the responsibility they have to help the industry to get to the desired outcome that they have set them as a challenge.
So I normally attend these things with a bit of reservation. This is fantastic. It's not purely from the fact that there were a number of takeaways, but it was funny. It was genuinely funny. There was humour, and you got to understand who was speaking as opposed to the message they had to communicate.